All right, about 6 minutes after the top of the hour, joining us here on the Curvy Couch today, we've got former governor of the great state of Alaska, former vice president candidate, Governor Sarah Palin. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome
So glad to get to be here. Thank you.
Good to have you.
Yeah.
So Lucas was just talking a little bit about Putin and the threat of nukes. You know, he's fired off so many of his missiles, the expensive missiles. He's running low on those. And so now the worry is he's going to resort to some sort of little nuke. But in the world, there's no such thing as a little nuke.
That's right. That's why we need to keep our eye on Putin, right? That's why Alaska, our strategic location that we are, and the military force that is there, they are on top of everything. Our guys are making sure that we're keeping him in check, and Putin and his guys trying to get in our airspace and everything else. It's our responders who are out there shooing them away and letting the rest of the nation know that in some respects, they're up to no good. We have to keep an eye on them.
Right, and they do make some statements where, you know what, I think we want Alaska back.
Right.
Lavrov will say that once in a while.
Yeah.
Right now, we're at the point where, along with Germany, we're going to give them additional missile defense rapidly. Are you for that and protecting the Ukrainian, letting the Ukrainians fight?
Well, yeah, I am. I don't like to intervene in any foreign affairs unless America's interest is first and foremost kept in mind. And, there's debate whether we have a whole lot of interest there or not. But yes, to protect the Ukrainian people, the innocent people who are suffering needlessly right now, yeah, there again, we have to keep Putin in check.
Our president was asked about Putin yesterday in the CNN interview. He was also talking about inflation and our economy. The PPI report comes out this morning at 8:30 in about 20 minutes. But he says a slight recession could happen. By definition, technically, it's already happened. But watch this, and we'll get your reaction.
Look, they've been saying this now. How every 6 months they say this. Every 6 months they look down the next 6 months and see what's going to happen. It hadn't happened yet. It hadn't. There's no guarantee that they're going to be. I don't think there will be a recession. If it is, it'll be a very slight recession. They've been predicting this off and on for the last.
But you just said that a slight recession is possible.
So it is possible. Look, it's possible. I don't anticipate it. What I do think, look, we talk about the impact on families. The families they have reason to be concerned about energy prices. They have reason to be concerned about a whole range of issues. But look what we've done.
Now, Governor Tree says 32% of Americans have paid a bill late over the last 6 months. 61% say that they didn't have enough money to cover the costs.
Yeah, so that's really sad. Our president is he's so delusional, and it's very, it's a shame that he has people pushing him out there, his aides, his staff, pushing him out there to say things like that just perhaps confuse Americans when we see firsthand what's going on. Of course, we're in a recession. And, people like me, $143 to fuel up my truck the other day, $143. And we have the resources, of course.
Are you talking about in Alaska?
In Alaska. You can turn the spigot on, and there flows the energy down the pipelines that are already built and operating. People firsthand having a tough time putting food on the table, literally. And then we have a president, we have a world leader out there telling us, oh, it's not really happening.
He said it's transitory.
Transitory, and people maybe have a slight reason to be a little bit concerned.
Sure.
Absolutely delusional.
Well, and when you look at the polls,
Jamie Dimon came out and said, we should have, the minute this war started, we should have increased production of oil and gas immediately. In Alaska, how much capacity are we using? What is flowing through those pipelines?
Well, we have about 300-some thousand barrels a day flowing through the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. We used to have 2 million barrels a day. America uses 20 million barrels a day. We're only producing 18 million barrels a day. Alaska, at its peak, we contributed 18% of the U.S. domestic supply of energy. It's still there. The energy source is there. The pipeline is sound and ready to go. You just have to turn the spigot on.
Sure.
But instead, hat in hand, going over to foreign sources of energy, begging for production to fuel our economy, it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, but the White House will say, well, there are 9,000 leases out there and the oil producers are not punching holes in the ground. That's what they say, but the oil producers have a reason for not doing it.
Well, absolutely. And the White House is contradicting then the petroleum engineers and the geologists, those who know what they're doing when they tap a reserve and they know whether oil is going to flow or not. It's not a political issue. You know, it's a scientific issue whether a lease is going to be successful in terms of
oil
producing.
under the ground or
there is,
not.
and it's either efficient and effective the way that we produce it, or it's not. It's not political at all.
Well, you're a Republican. Tulsi Gabbard, you ran for vice president. Tulsi Gabbard was running for president and dropped out.
Yeah.
Joe Biden won, obviously. And this is what she said, her reason yesterday for leaving the Democratic Party.
Always been an independent-minded person, a Democrat, yes, but an independent Democrat. And my loyalties are very clear. I love our country. And I took an oath, both as a service member, as a soldier, as well as a member of Congress, to support and defend the Constitution. And that's an oath that I take extremely seriously. And so when you look at this party, today's Democratic Party, it's controlled by fanatical ideologues who hate freedom. They despise the Constitution. They actively find ways to undermine our God-given rights enshrined in the Constitution, like freedom of speech. If you say something and I say something that they don't like, instead of saying, you know what, agree to disagree, they will do all that they can to destroy you, silence you, smear you.
So she said if you don't agree with them, you could lose your job, you might be canceled, you might be trashed, and God forbid in Washington, you might not be invited to the cool kids party.
Yeah, join the club. Yeah,
Right?
But Tulsi, right on. She is so full of aloha no. You know, she is so. Watch as her spine is strengthened, right? And she gets out there and she's peeling off from the Democrat Party because she knows how to fight for what's right. Others around her, their spines are going to be strengthened also. More and more people, they're going to be peeling off from what it is that the Democrat Party expects of them. She is independent. She is what this country needs when it comes to not allowing partisanship to get in the way of just doing what's right.
Do you think that she leaves, goes to the Republican Party, drops out of politics?
If she's smart, she'll stay independent because the Republican Party has problems of its own too within the establishment. Too many Republicans allow obsessive partisanship to get in the way. They're into their power plays and all that, and that gets in the way of just doing what's right.
So you are for compromise to a degree? But
I'm for independence. I'm just for common sense, constitutional, conservative values and planks in a platform, and not letting the machinery on either side get in the way of doing what's right for the people, what the people expect and deserve.
Because the machinery slows things down,
Exactly.
ultimately. And, you know, it's so poisonous right now in politics.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what people want is they want people to go to Washington and get stuff done.
And that's what Tulsi's talking about. And I think everybody, both sides of the aisle, should be very proud of her and the courage that she exudes. And I do think that kind of spreads to other people then, and they feel empowered to do the same.
And you feel empowered after watching the Ranger game to wear the Ranger boots, don't you?
You noticed, yeah, victorious, yeah.
Look at that.
was
Very
such a good
impressive.
game.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Right. And Ray's going to have a big year?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. You guys are so lucky here, having such great sports, and
For now.
Hey,
yeah.
we're
goes
in
through
New York
cycles.
City. How lucky are we?
Right.
in general, yes, you are. Yes.
Right.
Obviously,
you
she
so
didn't
much,
see the Mets
Governor.
series.
Thank you.
I'm talking about the crime and everything else.
Oh
Governor,
man. Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.